All eyes on Doge. Big run up to the moon. Whew. Doge still going up. All eyes on Doge. Still big run up to the moon. Keep going up. Going up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Up. Movement in Doge. Dogecoin. Up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Up. Movement in Doge. Dogecoin. 42.60. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin.
Hey everybody, Kriss here. Welcome on a Monday, the day before New Year's Eve. How's everybody doing? What happened to the Santa rally? Guys, no Santa rally this year. This is a 4-hour chart. And kind of interesting today how we had a big drop early this morning, recovery through midday, and then dropping again this afternoon. And you know what it is, right? You know what it is. It's all that leverage, just flushing out more of the leverage. And this drop this afternoon is just flushing out new leverage that was created after the drop this morning, with people thinking, hey, we just had that big drop. Dogecoin's now going to go up. So I'm going to do a 10x or 20x, 100x leverage trade. Nope. Turn around, drop it back down. Just like Bitcoin. Look at Bitcoins. Same thing. Big red flush out, big green recovery, and then bring it all back down again, flush out more of that leverage. You know what I say, right? The exchanges and market makers don't want you to win trading on leverage. So that's all this was. We had low volume overnight, low volume the past couple days, right before the new year. I mean, everybody's on vacation, right? And the traders are all like with their family, traveling. So is this the last retest that's going on right now of support for 2024? Now, I don't like to do like year in review and look back at what happened, because you guys want to know what's going to happen forward. You already know what happened throughout 2024. So we don't have to look back, but we can look at history to tell us what crypto could do if we follow the cycles and we look, and we just don't get flushed out at this stuff, because this stuff is like, it's just taking out leverage. I still believe we're going higher. This could be the last support. New Year's Eve could be a quiet day, little sideways trading, looking forward to the new year. So we get the flush out today, get all that leverage flushed out. And in fact, it's basically, for Bitcoin, it was $81 million today. $81 million. Doge itself had $8 million. $8 million for Doge wiped out in leverage. But overall, if we look at this chart here, we'll say overall $300 million overall in leverage wiped out today. So that is it. That is it. And it's still going on. Here's one at Bitcoin, $92,000, $117,000 trade just got liquidated. Traders are going to trade. The exchanges are going to wipe out your leverage trade every chance they get. So that continues. This morning, Stock Money had this I saw on my phone, because I was in New York this morning. For the past few days was in New York. We drove back in the afternoon. Just got back a little bit ago. So I'm back in Boston and wanted to catch up with you guys on what's going on. And this was it right there. All the way back from the 92K dump that we had. And we not only revisited 92, but Bitcoin dropped a little bit below just to take out a little bit more of that leverage. But there was some huge leverage taken out just right there at 92K. And they dropped it a little further just because they could. So that's where we start. Let me drop down here in the corner, and you can see these charts here I'm going to talk about, because I think this is the last retest guys, because this is what we have coming forward. Historically, quarterly returns, Q1 2025. That's what's starting Wednesday, Q1 2025. Last year, that was a plus 68%. 2024, Q1. Q1 2023 was 71%. 2022, in a bear market, 2022 was a bear market. Bitcoin only went down 1.5%. In a bear market. 2021 up 103%. So if we just look at the last 4 years, January, February, March are going to be great months. So we just got to get through the rest of 2024. And like I said, is this what's happening now? Is the final retest of support, not only for Bitcoin, now at 92.1, but at Dogecoin at 31 cents. Dogecoin didn't even come back down and hit 30.5, which we had been tracking here from back on 23rd of December, 22nd, 21st, and the 20th. We hit 30.5, 30.5, 30.5, hit it 6 times. I was fully expecting us to hit that line again. We didn't quite. So, hey, that's good for Doge. But Bitcoin did drop down below 92, which was this blue dotted line, and came all the way down to 91.4 and took out that leverage I just showed. So that's kind of the overall view. Where are we going to go from here? You get people saying, the bull market is over. There's not going to be any alt season. The worst bear market ever. It's about to start. And I'm like, for your cycles, guys, and where we are from those previous cycles, we still have all of this to come. All of this to come. 2013, 2017, and 2021 were all great years for trading. And that's what's to come here. We don't know what that's going to be yet, but I'm very bullish about the trading going forward. Crypto Rover made this cool chart here on altcoins, looking at total market cap and, just kind of looking at whenever there are dips, there seems to be a little pattern here. And so he's just saying, look, we're going higher. We're going higher. And of course, you know what Ali thinks, right? This $18 Dogecoin, which of course, my chart was an arc, not a straight line up, because I don't think we're going to be doing a 6,700%. But you never know what's going to happen with Doge. You never know what's going to happen with Doge. But there aren't many predicting huge drops in the market going into January. This is not a bear market yet. All signs still bullish. All signs still bullish. So Doge price completes final retest of support. Here's where it's headed next. So was this indeed the final retest of support? Well, this was one of Trader Tardigrade's charts, which I reposted right before I went to New York. Oh, such good food. Such good food in New York. Where was that? Retest. Here we go. That's this chart right here. So the last 4 cycles, we have always had an early run the year before the all-time high year, meaning the same year as the Bitcoin halving and presidential elections. We always had a first run, and then we came back and we retested a support line. And that support line was always lower than the all-time high from the previous cycle. Same thing happened in 2020. We had this first run. We had that. It was like, I don't even know what the price was wherever it hit in July 2020. I think it was like 0035, maybe 004, but less than half a penny, which of course is lower than the previous high from the previous cycle. And so here we are again, just retesting, ready to fly again, ready to fly again. And that's what's coming for 2025. So we have that retest happens every cycle. Every cycle we have that retest. And we can show it. Here was Didi's. If you didn't see my X account, I had reposted what Didi said, where there's always a run up to a line that is below the previous cycle's all-time high, comes back and does a retest before moving higher. Classic trading on the 4-year cycles. And the same thing mostly holds true for Bitcoin, except for 2024, because of those spot ETFs. Bitcoin went up higher than it normally would have this cycle because of that. So we have all that going for us. And the rest of it is all liquidations. And so if we look at the heat maps and what's going on with the heat maps, because this just tells the story of the trading today, I hope none of you got paper handed, but there were some big liquidations that happened. And as the price moved up, there were new leverage trades that then got wiped out. This is $76 million just right there on that line that got liquidated. And we look at Doge's symbol, Doge's, and we had the same thing happen. Took out leverage, comes up higher, takes out some shorts, and then drops again to take out more leverage longs. So that's pretty much the story that we've seen. So this looks like support. Looks like support. All right, let's get into it. Let's Q&A. What are you guys thinking of? What's going on? We do have a super chat there from Gamba Galaxy. Is Bitcoin going down to 85K? I think that retest that it just had of 92 and going slightly below to take out more of that leverage is it. I don't see Bitcoin at 85. There are some still talking about 70s for Bitcoin, but I mean, they're looking back on the daily and they're saying that Bitcoin needs to come back to this point right here. And we talked about this the other day. We talked about if there's liquidity down here, it would be Bitcoin coming all the way down to 77K. If this is that so-called CME gap that needs to be filled. So it wouldn't stop at 85. That was support that we had there on the 12th of November. It would come all the way down to 77. And I just don't see that happening. We're starting the new year the day after tomorrow. So I'm very bullish, very positive about that for Bitcoin and all of crypto. And like I show on the Doge chart, we've just been trading sideways. This is the sideways trading that we've been in since 19th of December. Relatively low volume. That's not bad. Dogecoin's holding up well. 31.3 now. But some think we're going lower. Paul thinks we're going lower. Detroit Diesel thinks we're going lower. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Some say no, some say no way. So, I stand by what I say. January, February, March. Yes, Alex. And I will have a video coming out in the new year that will show my Dogecoin 2025 price prediction. That is coming up. Ricky Man, if my average price is 34 cents, how do I get my price lower? You buy at 31, which is where Dogecoin is right now. You buy on the dips, you lower your average. Might be the last chance you get. Might be the last chance you get. Jason, how are you? Everybody hit the like button. Also subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Appreciate that. We got a lot to talk about here. I know there's a lot going on, but right now I just think this is just flushing out leverage, retesting support, going into New Year's Eve. That's all I think this is. Like and subscribe. Thank you, Sally's Dream. How are you? And I saw earlier, yeah, New York was great. It was nice. It was 60 degrees yesterday and today. 60 degrees right at the end of the year. Was awesome. Had some great food, visited with friends, did a little shopping. Not bad. Little New York City trip. January 20th is coming, Mars. Yep, a little over 21 days away. A lot of excitement for crypto trading on Inauguration Day. I think so. Why do I keep showing Ali's charts? Just as a point of reference. That's all. Just as a point of reference. He still has those crazy, and I do my commentary right over them, and I say, guys, don't believe that stuff. $1.30. Has Ali charts ever been accurate? No. Nobody's charts are accurate, not even mine. But we just look forward and we see what the possibilities are. It depends on where you eat, DJ, on New York City food. We had a couple nice restaurants in the Upper West Side. One was a Thai restaurant. That's where I had the double pork chop thing. Oh, that was so good. So good. And of course, I took pictures of it just so you guys could see. I mean, how can something that looks like that not be good? I mean, come on. DJ, I don't know where you're eating in New York City, but this was awesome. Absolutely awesome. That's actually 2 pork chops, one stacked on top of the other. So we shared the bones and some of the meat, but yeah, it's just so good. And then last night we had Italian. And so this is like a Italian meat sauce. And she had these mozzarella cubes on penne. So good. So I don't know. It just like all depends on where you eat. Oh, you got some good curry. Well, that's good. That's good. But yeah, good food. And of course, we got to visit Lincoln Center, which is one of our favorite spaces in all of New York. This was last night. Just absolutely beautiful. So yeah, good visit to NYC. Arano, you are in Australia. Good morning to you. Well, good day, I could say. I don't think we'll be saying $4, $5, and $6 yet. Not in a few weeks. It's not going to move quite like that. F1, Ali's charts talking about $18 Doge makes me want to know what is he smoking. I'm bullish, but good Lord, $18. He's basically just taking the fractal from 2021. That's all he's doing and moving it over. And the start point is much higher than where we were at under a penny in 2021. And that's what he gets. It's just like, no. Sponsored by Doge. I'm out anywhere around 2. Oh, like totally out, Like totally out? You're not going to save a little bit of Doge just in case? You're a Ramon fan. I don't know. Didi made millions of dollars in Bitcoin. Millions and millions and millions of dollars. Yeah, what happened with that bonk burn? I thought that was like 1.5 trillion bonk tokens, and it was just like, I think all of these leverage sweeps just did it, and we just didn't get any pump. We had one green candle there on the 27th on this 4-hour chart, and then that's it, and it's just sideways. It's just trading with everything else. So you get a bunch of bonk tokens burned, and pretty lackluster. Not much there. And bad timing on the Robinhood listing too. I agree, Harry. Yep. Nothing's going to happen, Ziggy. Nothing's going to happen. It's just, the trading just continues. Nothing magic happens. Hi, Trey. How are you? When Robinhood freezes the sell button, you know you're at the all-time high. Robinhood is never going to live that down. Never going to live that down. And so far, the stress tests that we've seen don't look good. Don't look good for Robinhood. They still have problems. So, still have problems. Trey's positive about a run starting on Doge tomorrow. Tomorrow. All right. Let's do it. We've been stagnant. Bernardo, I've got a video coming out this week that will show my 2025 price prediction. So you got to wait for that. Got to wait for that. Who's buying the dip? Ion Hype's asking, who's buying the dip? 31-cent Doge. Yeah, we'll be looking, Daniel, at how Doge trades throughout the year. And I'll give my opinion of that in my video that I'm going to do. But there's a lot of, my 100-day theory I'm going to be talking about too, which is my own personal thing, is going to be maybe avoiding the summer. So, but Doge could also go much higher come fall time. Just take a break during the summer. That's kind of my thinking right now, but I'll spell it out more in my 2025 price prediction video. Yeah, I'm not really finding the fib levels. We talked about that before in price discovery, but it never really hits the actual fib levels. Dogecoin to the moon, Ion. Kriss was buying Doge on the dips in the 40s, that when it dropped into the 30s, you got no more. Yep. I think this is looking like support, Michael, here as well. My 30.5 line here is still in play, this orange line. And this goes all the way back to 19th of December. So almost 2 weeks. Jeremy's still looking 98.7 cents. Yeah, it almost gets to $1, but doesn't quite get there. Doesn't quite get there. I know. Linear bought another 5,000 Doge, 31 cents. We could see it go higher tonight. Where did I get the pasta dish? That was on Amsterdam, about 84th Street, an Amsterdam Italian place called Lucerne, I think it's called. Cash only, Italian, good Italian. Very good restaurant. That was tasty. January 1st is payday. If Doge is still at 31, you're buying more. Good luck. Good luck with that. You have a take profit set, buy the dips, pullbacks are gifts, all of that. We're still in a bull market. We just had a first run. Typically, we have 3 that I've been consistently showing in past Dogecoin bull runs. And we've only had 1 so far this bull market. Hey, Blake, how are you? Thanks for tuning in. Buy the dip. I know, not only last bull market, but the bull markets before have been much worse on pullbacks. So this is nothing compared to, especially 2017 bull market. Huge pullbacks. It's going to come out on Wednesday or Thursday. Depends on timing. Depends on how late I sleep. New Year's Day. What else is going on, guys? You ate in Chinatown? Little tiny restaurant in Alloway. I know, that's all it takes, right? That's all they need. We talked about the Tether Europe thing the other day. I don't think it's a big deal. It's just not. Tether's going to be Tether. The European, the EU-based exchanges, they're not heavily traded. They're not big. It's not going to make a difference. It's all just FUD, I think. All FUD. Am I planning to exit the market? I'm not exiting the market, Jose. I am taking a lot of profits, though, and we will be talking about that over the next 103 days. That's going to be the narrative in 2025 is profit taking. I think still the market is going to go higher later in 2025, but I have my plan that I am looking at, and I'll be talking about that more. I don't know what Vision Pulse has said there, particularly about, I know he's talked about spring. He's lowered his $2 price target down to like $1.40 last I saw. But I don't think the bear market starts in like May. I don't think that. But again, I'll spell that out later this week. I do not know what a Pepe coin blockchain is, Jay. Pepe is a token that's built on Ethereum. It doesn't have a blockchain. Now, if they're making some new blockchain thing, it'd be some new coin or new token. It wouldn't be Pepe. Tether has so much money flowing into it. Well, people use Tether particularly for cross-border payments or a temporary holding for crypto trading. So when you trade, you just sell to Tether. This is how people trade all over the world, because they're not going to be selling their crypto for whatever the currency is of the country they're in. They just sell it to Tether. That's why the Binance Tether pair has some of the largest trading volume of most cryptos, because people are buying and selling with Tether instead of their currency. Now in the United States, I think the US dollar is probably used more as the trading pair, but worldwide it's Tether. Happy New Year, DW. Let's go Doge. I'll be talking about that this week, or later this week, about Elon 2025, integration X. It'll be very similar to my price prediction a year ago, because you basically have two different scenarios. Is it used on X or is it not used on X? And I talked about that on January 1st, 2024. And here we are again, almost a year later, and it's the same narrative, same thing. Doge is not going to pass Bitcoin. I don't think so, Abel. No. I mean, that's $1.8 trillion market cap for Bitcoin right now. 2025 is going to be your year. So Elon was responding to someone else who posted about the Texas Institute of Technology and Science, TITS. Somebody else posted it that Elon follows, and then Elon replied it was 2025, the year for the Texas Institute of Technology and Science. And Elon, I forget exactly what his response was, but it was something like maybe or yes or good, or I don't know, I don't remember exactly what he said about it, but yep. I don't know who Murad is in his list, Sally. Is it something I should know? I don't know who Murad is. The crypto legend charting thing is for stocks. So I don't think it's available on crypto yet. Not that I saw. Blaster. Yeah, I'm not going to make it until January 1st. So it might not come out till the 2nd. I'm just giving myself some time. Those videos take a little longer to prepare for. Weather girl, how are you? To the moon, big run up. You know it. When Elon starts posting Doge stuff on X, people are going to learn about Dogecoin. PTC Doge dominance. You want to see those charts? They're not doing much right now. Here's Bitcoin dominance. So again, it retested 60% back here about a week and a half ago. And then we had the alts doing better than Bitcoin, but Bitcoin's pretty much dominance been going sideways. Doge is about 1.5%, again, going sideways for the past week and a half. And Doge BTC also going sideways. Here's my prediction in white here that this is going to be turning around. I thought it would dip a little more here. That's okay, didn't. Doge went up a little more versus Bitcoin. I thought we'd have more of a dip, but going forward, it's up. That's what I'm looking at. That's Doge versus Bitcoin. So we'll be watching that. Hey, Demi, I bought some Doge when it was 32 cents. Still buying. Still buying. Mr. Radio, not buying anymore. Typical of what happens. You lived in Florence for a summer? I lived in Florence for a spring. Absolutely loved it. I was studying architecture at the time and was there with my architecture class. Great place to be. Love Florence. Rome is dirty. Florence is really clean, comparative. Doge rich, cash poor. Yeah. No, the March run wasn't really a bull market run yet. It was the November one. That was the first one. What's up? I know. How about 60 degrees on December 29th and 30th? Crazy. Mars El Toxico is the real Mars. Well, the other Mars has been here a little longer. The OG Mars. Is X going to announce a Doge collab this bull cycle or later? I think it's going to be later, unfortunately. I think it's going to be later. But you never know. You never know. I don't think Turbo is going to be listed on Robinhood anytime soon. H-bar? Yes. I think H-bar should be the next crypto listed on Robinhood, but not Turbo. Don't see that happening. I'm guessing tricks, and you'll see this in my video. I think the first week is going to be up, and the second week is probably going to be a dip. I think there's going to be a dip before the inauguration. It's probably the second week of January. Pop-Tarts for dinner. How much taxes you got to pay? Depends on two things. How much profit? Where do you live? Those two things make a huge factor. Well, how much profit over how much time? If you're in the United States, was it a long-term capital gains tax or a short-term capital gains tax? If you have any questions about that, check out my live stream that I did back on December 7th, which was the Epic Tax live stream, and everything is in there. You just have to watch like the first 20 minutes of that, and I cover it all. So go watch that. One of the biggest differences, KB, between me and Vision Post is I hold Doge. And I've shown you guys what I hold. I've shown you my whole portfolio. I got a lot riding on this crypto cycle. I got a lot riding on it. And he's just making videos. So take it for what it is. We have a YouTube user. I love you too, whoever you are. Just get the name spelled correctly next time. I'm not a CHRIS kind of Kriss guy. Sometimes it doesn't matter, but on this channel, it matters. This is me with a K. Thank you. Hey, Joseph, how are you? King's Dominion. What's King's Dominion, Mars? We're hanging out with some friends. We're cooking hot pot. Hot pot. It's a Chinese spicy. You dip your own mushrooms and vegetables, and we'll have pork and shrimp. You cook it yourself there with a really hot, spicy soup like. Oh, so yeah, we're doing hot pot. Yeah, we had a great time in New York. I know you're in sunny Florida, but it was 60 degrees in New York City yesterday and today. 60 degrees. Unbelievable. King's Dominion in Virginia. Can we get a partial run in January, February, March? Alex, I got my video later this week. Charles, 5-year-old daughter, all eyes on Doge. Long live the Doge King. June would be like a pullback. Possibly. Summer lull, you know? I said January 20th wouldn't have a positive. Well, Carl, right now my thinking is there's probably going to be sort of the buy the rumor, sell the news. I'm thinking more like 17th, 18th, and 19th, we're going to have some good trading, and maybe the 20th is a big pullback. To sell the news thing. We're going to be live all those days here, and we'll be watching it. But that's kind of the feeling I get, is that there's too many expectations that the 20th is going to be good, so I'm thinking it's going to be the reverse. That's what I think. Absolutely not, Amiri. Dogecoin isn't anything like Luna. Nothing like it. Mid-April 2025? We'll see. We got a bunch of commercials coming on. That's Google. I can't control that. I have no control over when those ads come in. Sorry. They should not be that often. Those ads should not come on that often. If it is, that's a Google problem. Sorry about that. Hart bought some more Doge at 31 cents. Not a lot, but yeah. In 4 days, you don't know what the price is going to be. It's the new year. Murad is the father of meme coins. I have no idea who Murad is. What happened to the Santa rally? I know, Neerash. Why didn't I sell? Is my prediction 100% confident? No predictions are ever 100% confident, Neerash. So you can't even think about this. 100% confident? What do you think? I have a crystal ball? I mean, I got a magic 8-ball, but that's only good for one question per stream. Magic 8-ball. And so far, it's about 75% correct. The magic 8-ball. I'll take that, 75%. But yeah, looking at past trading between Christmas and New Year's, generally that's been pretty good. This year, flat. Just flat. It's not up, it's not down. It's not up, it's not down. Just flat. So we're at exactly the same price we were on the 23rd of December and the 26th of December and the 27th of December and the 29th of December. And here we are the 30th of December. It's the same price. We're going sideways. Not up, not down. And again, it's just taking leverage out, taking the shorts out, dumping, taking more leverage, comes up, takes out shorts to the tune of, where were we again? Liquidation, 24-hour, $280 million liquidated. That's the game right now. So you missed me? Oh, it was just a day or two. I'm back. Did you follow me on X though? Because I keep up on X with what's going on. I'm still posting on X. Even if I'm not doing videos or live streams, I'm still posting. So you can always keep up with me on X. So follow me there. Right now it's like fear and greed is like 50. It's just even Steven. Sheeb. Loot Hunter, I still think Sheeb is going to go on a big run. I hope it's sometime during the first 3 or 4 months of 2025. I mean, I'm still up on my Sheeb, but I'd like Sheeb to at least get back to where it was in March when it hit 45, 0.00045. Now it's at 21. I would prefer to see it at least back up to where it was when it ran up here to 45, this yellow line. This was Sheeb's run that it had into February, beginning of March. So yeah, if we could get one more of those just to there, I'll be happy. If I've got to sell it here, it's still higher than where I bought it, but I'd like to get a little higher. A little higher if we could. That would be good. Now remember Doge back then only hit 22 cents. And we thought that was a huge thing for Doge, but look what it did in November. Woo! Up to 48. But now we're like in this range, sideways range now. So that's where we are with Doge. Will you have fireworks? The Doge song is the Doge song. How is Dogecoin having value of $40 billion? Well, that is just what people think it's worth. So $46 billion for Dogecoin at 31 cents. The market determines that. And there are many, many people who think Dogecoin is going to go higher in 2025. So they're not selling. So that's why Doge has $46 billion market cap. And when FOMO hits, you got it, 2018. When FOMO hits, a lookout. And we haven't had that yet for Doge. I don't know how they actually do the fear and greed index. I don't really know. Somehow they compare price and some social media score of some sort. I don't know how they do it. Jose, Katy, Texas. Awesome. Katy, Texas. What tells me we've entered a bull market? That 200% run. That tells me we're in a bull market. Bull markets always start the year of the Bitcoin halving near the end of the year. And that's how it happened in 2016 into 2017. That's also how it happened 2020 into 2021. Here we are in 2024. We've had the first run, and I've consistently shown on my charts 2 more runs, 2 more big runs to come. That's what I think is happening. So we just have to be patient. Hopefully the dips don't get you shaken out. But look at this. This is all we had today. If you zoom out on the 4-hour chart, we're not back here like we were on Friday the 20th when Doge dipped all the way down to 26 cents. We're not there. This isn't bad. Low liquidity, not a lot of volume, a lot of people on vacation, on holiday. So I'm waiting for the new year now. Nice weather in New Jersey too. Yep. If Doge hits $2, you're going to put a Doge wrap on your car. Yeah, I did a post on X. Here, I'll just do media. It'll be quicker to find. On the media. There it is. That one. There's your Doge wrap for you, right? How I made $1 million Dogecoin. I'll wrap my car. Sure. I'll wrap my car for that. I have not heard that he said the bull run is over. It's still springtime, Patrick. It's still springtime. Yes, you're the OG Mars. You could change your name to OG Mars if you wanted to. I get one of these questions every week about Picoin. Just do a Google search on Picoin pyramid scheme. Pyramid scheme. And you'll read all about it. That's what I think about Pi. You're having duck tomorrow? Love duck. All the dark meat, so good. So good. Moose, hot pot barbecue combo. Yep. Oh, good. Yeah, the whole MicroStrategy thing is interesting, Akash. I think Michael Saylor has done a little bit too much on using the stock as leverage to borrow money to buy more Bitcoin. I think he's done that cycle. That's a sort of circle, just a little too much, a little too often here in the past couple months. And the stock has dropped down because of it. It'll probably go up in 2025. I don't think it's a bad stock to own, but I think it was probably overbought up at over $400. It even went up to like $500. Is that how high it went? Yeah, it went up to $540 here, late November. So yeah, this doesn't surprise me here. I was swing trading this. I actually bought it over here at about 330 on the dip. I bought back in. So I'm a little bit down on it now. Wasn't expecting it to keep selling off, but I didn't hold it up here. But yeah, that's a significant drop in MicroStrategy stock. Bitcoin starting to recover up to 92.5 now. So this 4-hour red candle here is not going to be a bearish engulfing on the green. So I think our dips for the day are done. That's what I see in the Bitcoin chart. I don't know, Michael, how far in advance on Coinbase for a limit order. I don't know. You can always test it out because now I'm curious. Window. Go. Come over here. Let's go to Coinbase. I'll just take a minute here. Get my two-factor authentication going. Come in. We do that. We do that. Again, what did I talk about the other day? Security, right? The most important thing, security, two-factor authentication. The most important thing you can do. All right. Here we go. This is our KrissPax DCA portfolio. $41,668. On Coinbase, we come out down here to advanced right here. You go into the advanced trading. So this is our Bitcoin. We have 0.036 Bitcoin. We can say sell. Well, actually, time in force, good until canceled. It doesn't even, I guess it doesn't really tell you, right? It doesn't give you a time limit. You just say limit order and you set a price. Let's say the price is going to be 180,000, right? Let's just say 180,000. And we're going to do 0.03 Bitcoin, right? Yeah, 0.03 Bitcoin at 180,000, and we say sell. And all it does is it just puts it into our queue here. But there's no limit on the time here. It's just here. I'd like 180,000 Bitcoin. That'd be awesome. And the status just remains open until the price is hit. So it could take 6 months, it could take a year, but the order is still open. It basically ties up that 0.03 Bitcoin though, because it's now tied up into this order. but it just sits here until you cancel it. Does that make sense? So you make the order now, Michael, and then it just sits there. It's a limit order to sell Bitcoin at 180,000, and it'll just sit there in your account until you cancel it. So that's how it works. And I'm going to cancel the order now just because I don't want it sitting there. And there it is, canceled. So there we go. But I'd like $180,000 price for Bitcoin. That'd be awesome. So Nomad, this is tradingview.com is the charting software that I use. It's just a website, actually. It's not a software. You can just go to tradingview.com on the web, whatever browser you want, and this is what you get. So poke around with that. You can actually create an account on it, which is free, and you can make your own watch list of your favorite cryptos, which I do, which of course has Dogecoin right here at the top. You can arrange these any way you want. Really handy way to look at charts. No Snoopy token. No Blake. Elon is giving us signs. Exactly. But there's a lot of people who just say that he's pranking us. And I just don't think Elon would be doing that. Abel, Dogecoin to the moon is just an expression. It just means whatever you think it means. It's not, doesn't mean it needs to pass Bitcoin. Yeah, I think the whole phantom thing to Sonic is dumb. That's not a good move on their part. I haven't looked at the chart, though. Is it really going down? Because I have not looked at the chart. But yeah, we were talking about that last week, and I was just like, why would they've got a well-known name. Why would they change? Why would they change that? Yeah, it's dropping. Wow. Look at that. Down over 50%. Down over 50% in 2 weeks. That's not good. That's not good. I don't know when the rebrand actually happens and what comes of it. Do they just rename their token, or are they going to mint new ones? There could be something like that. But yeah, this is not a good looking chart at all. Wow. Yeah, I didn't have any of this. None of that in my portfolio. Hey, Dancing Doge. Feels more like a bear run and then a bull run. Nope. This feels like a typical drop and then sideways move. There's nothing bearish about this. The drop was all taking out all that leverage, and since then we've just been going sideways. That's what I think. The day Doge will run is, and then an ad starts. And you miss out. Oh, God. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Google fears what you have to say might make us financially free. Google wants you to keep tuning in to YouTube. Yeah, Jason, watch the first 10 minutes of this live stream. Just the first 10 minutes. Go back to the beginning, watch like the first 10 minutes, and I covered all of that about leverage and how all that worked. So How is that Dogecoin doing? I have no idea. I haven't looked at it. Bink. What are we at? 0.00078. Not great. Not great. We're just waiting. Bink is just hanging out here, kind of going sideways. I forgot what day I even bought that on. But again, something on crypto.com, just seeing if that was one that was going to go nuts. Not much trading on it right now. Missed you too, Isabel, but I'm back. We'll do another live tomorrow afternoon, New Year's Eve live. I'll do one of those. Positive vibes. We always like positive vibes. You might need to get back on there. X is where it's all happening, Pasta. That's where all the news is now. The only way you can get fair and impartial news is on X. Now, if you follow a bunch of the conspiracy theories and you start looking at those, that's what you're going to get fed. So if you're not interested in conspiracy theories, just don't follow those people. Don't interact with that stuff. Yeah, I'm not getting Lego sets. No. I'm good with crypto. I know MicroStrategy just bought a ton of more Bitcoin. You're planning on selling the entire Doge position on Inauguration Day. You're over crypto. All right, Francisco, good luck with that. Jeremy, thanks for a super chat. There's your 98.7 again. 98.7. Dogecoin taking a nap? A little bit. I mean, you zoom in on it and it looks like bigger up and down, but that's why I've got this set on the 4-hour chart and I'm zoomed out to show you that today's trading really wasn't that much. Not that much. Bitcoin as well. We're doing good, Oz. How are you? Holiday was great. We had a nice few days down in New York. It's good to change up your routine every now and then. Take a little trip, visit some friends, have some good food, do some shopping. It's all good. Don't know what Zero Bro is. Good luck with your Zero Bro. The Santa rally, it happened in previous years. We took a look at them and we looked at the charts on how the stock market and crypto traded. Just stock market was really weak this year between Christmas and New Year. So I think that just kind of took the sales out of any potential Santa rally in crypto. Another one who thinks Bitcoin's going into the 80s, and I don't think that, because we've got one more day of 2024, then we're into 2025, and on January 2nd, everyone's back trading. Everyone's back from their holiday. What if the man decides to take advantage of the 4-year cycles? Well, then we're all screwed, Alex. But it's not happening. I do not think that's happening. Oh, I got a new fan, Geezy. I told everyone why I took my first profit at 42. And it's looking pretty good, isn't it? With Dogecoin at 31 cents, that I actually took some profit at 42. Can't do TA. Oh, you quit. Okay, well, see ya. I didn't say it's over in March. Nope. I haven't even done my video yet. How can you say I said it's over in March? Unless you can read the future and know what I'm going to say in the video that I haven't even yet made. It's over in March. A new member, Joke Smoke. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining. Ken, ETH does not have a fixed max supply. That is correct. So that means Vitalik can add more ETH. I do not know how the ETH contract is structured. I don't know how the ETH contract is structured and how ETH goes up and down in its supply. There's a mechanism that burns ETH, and there's another mechanism that mints ETH, and it generally kind of goes up and down. It's not like Vitalik can go in there and just mint a bunch of new ETH tokens like Dogecoin did with Luna, for instance. He can't do that. I know, but I don't know the exact specifics of the contract. When it comes to Bitcoin, there is no he. There is no, like, Satoshi can't go in there and like recode it to all of a sudden like stop the cap. It's an open source code that one person cannot manipulate. Caspa? George, I don't know what's going on with Caspa. I haven't followed it. 11 cents. 11 cents. Basically, when it went up to 20 cents here, it ticked that back in July. Went on that big run when everything else was going down over the summer. Caspa was going up. But since then, even the November rally did not exceed what it did over the summer. So, yeah, a little disappointing, I guess. And I would say since 9th of December, that's not a great drop. 38%. But then going sideways from there, a little bit down. And what's Doge's drop? 33%. Not quite as bad, but not great either. But we knew that from the peak. Oh, you lost your account. That's what you did. I got it. Yeah, well, you were a member before, I think. Yep. I first bought into crypto in the beginning of 2021, but I was following it from the summer before, like summer of 2020. Yeah, Bitcoin will only have 21 million. I don't think Vitalik can add more ETH. I don't think the contract is set up where he could just physically go in there and add. It's about 2 ads per hour on your computer, but none on your phone. Interesting. Huh. Yeah, you should have your badge back. Joke Smoke. Exactly, Nick. On limit orders, I mean, why would you use a limit order that's like exactly the price? If on Coinbase, if it's exactly the price, just do a market order. Coinbase doesn't have a huge spread between bid and ask. So if you do a sell at market price, you're going to get the price it shows. It's not like Robinhood. Your charts are indicating a peak of around 96 cents, Oz says. 96 cents. I like your charts. At 96 cents is nothing to be ashamed of. I'll take 96 cents. Smash the like. Oh, easy. Thank you. Smash the like. I hope I'm not buffering. I don't like to buffer. You like that Doge wrap? Hey, if Doge like goes really crazy again, we're going to see a lot of Doge wrap cars around. Thank you, Jason. Appreciate it. When you go to advanced, all you can see is BTC. Yeah, so what you need to do is you come up here to the upper left-hand corner where it says Bitcoin USD. You just click on that. The chart moves over, and then you get a list. Just hit spot, and then you'll get all the cryptos. And they'll all list right there. Which one do you want to look at? Bonk. You just click on that one, and then the bonk chart will come up. So it's the upper left-hand corner. You just click on the chart for Coinbase. I only trade on Coinbase in the advanced mode. I do not trade on Coinbase in this mode because you can't use you just don't get the price you want when you do it in this mode. So always come down to the lower left and click on advanced, and you'll get to this mode in Coinbase. You bought crypto on Robinhood, transferred to your Nano, transferred it back to Robinhood to sell. Does Robinhood know your basic cost? No, doesn't. Nope. You have to keep track of that yourself because Robinhood doesn't know that that is the same crypto that you bought. So the 1099 that they give you is not going to be accurate. You need to compare it with your spreadsheet or however you're keeping track of your buys and sells. Now, if you didn't transfer it, right, and you just kept it all on Robinhood, then the 1099 would be accurate. But as soon as you transferred it to a wallet, Robinhood no longer keeps track of it. I don't do any trading through TradingView. TradingView is just a charting website, is all TradingView is. You can't buy and sell crypto on TradingView. So I use Coinbase, Robinhood, and Crypto.com. Those are the three exchanges that I use for buying cryptocurrency. Patience, Mars. Yes, it's patience. Particularly in a bull market, it's patience. You can't let the little things, the little sweeps of leverage, the red candle, you can't let that freak you out. Yeah, fart coin on Twitter. No. Fart coin, guys. Like and share. Thank you, Christian. Appreciate it. And sub too. Yes. Subscribe if you haven't already. Appreciate that too. The sideways stuff is boring but necessary, DJ. It's necessary. It's accumulation, forms a solid base. The only thing I know about Elon and Vivek is something Elon said about the visa policy that got some other people a little upset. But it was more like Steve Bannon. It's like, who cares what Steve Bannon says? I mean, come on. Or Laura Loomer. I don't think they speak for the Republican Party. They're kind of a little out on the edge of the Republican base, let's say. So, but yes, we should encourage the brightest engineers from around the world to come to the United States. and we will have a visa policy for them. The ones who want to be here and contribute to the country, not the ones who are either going to come in here illegally or they're just coming here to get free stuff from the government. Why would we want those people? We don't want those people. You know, if you're going to come here from another country, then you be productive for society. Don't just come here and expect to get free stuff from the US government. I mean, how simple can it be? Why would anyone be upset with that? Oh, but like they're being persecuted in their country. I'm sorry. I can't fix every country in the world. I'm sorry. Not everybody is born in the United States. Not everybody can live in the United States. It's just the way it is. How is Jasmine doing, Matavo? Not great. Still over 3 cents. But it's very similar to Doge. It just went a little bit higher on the little run here leading up to Christmas, but still hanging right in the bottom of the range here at about 3.2 cents. Because we were charting this the same time we were charting Doge, so it's a very similar chart to Doge. All right, Sally's Dream. Thanks for checking in. I think it's going to be later this week. We're going to start to see jump, Phoenix, XRP, Doge, crypto, all of it. Thank you, DJ. We did. Had a good time, New York City. I wouldn't want to live there, though. That's not a place to live. Had a hotel, was right on Broadway, and just, I mean, the noise all night long. Sirens, honking horns, all of that. And we were like up on the 10th floor, and it was just like so loud. I can't deal with that. Yeah, Santa skipped the markets. Yep, 2025 is going to be a big year, particularly for crypto. And we've never had a pro-crypto president before and administration. We don't know what they're going to do besides, making sure that they keep the Bitcoin that they have already. But are they going to add to it? Are they going to do something else? What is the crypto regulation going to look like in the United States? Like all of that? I want to see all of that. Yep, the global money supply also moves in these 4-year cycles since 2008, and I've showed that before. So 2025, bull market. Maybe it'll reach $1. Some say 98.7, and some think it'll just blow past $1. It depends on what the catalyst is. Oh, Vision Pulse said it's over in March. He's not even waiting till April. I guess that's spring, the beginning of spring, late March. Yeah, I don't know. I do stake. I stake Algorand. I stake Cardano. I've got a lot of Cardano through staking. I've got a lot of Algorand through staking. So now a meme, what do you want? It's a meme coin. If you're staking some meme token, I don't know what to say. One Doge equals one Doge, always. No TA needed. Easy. You can do all the TA in the world. It's not going to tell you what the price is going to do. It isn't going to tell you what the price is going to do. I look at where things have traded before, and I look at liquidation charts. I don't do technical analysis. It doesn't do anything. Every trend that I've shown, for the most part, You don't know when there's a big like falling wedge, whether it's going to break out up or down. I've gotten right more times than not, but there's a lot of other things that play into that than just technical analysis. So doesn't mean anything. The longer this gets pushed sideways, the longer the bull run will be, or the greater the pump will be, right? Yeah, Lenji, exactly. Remember November? Oh, what a great month that was, right? I think we'll have another one of those months coming up. You just have to be patient. Sideways to the 20th, Mars thinks. Yeah, I don't think so. I think we're going to have up and then we're going to have down. But again, that video will come out later this week. So Ricky, man, what do I think of Pepe? And then you call it Pepe coin. So Pepe is not a coin. First, it's a token, right? Based on a meme. That's it. More people buy than sell, the price goes up. More people sell than buy, price goes down. It's a meme token. Will it go higher? Sure, probably will. It's a bull market. I wouldn't be holding Pepe in 2026, though. I'm just saying. Global money supply, crypto dogs. Let's watch the global money supply. And there's a lot of money still sitting on the sidelines, thinking there's going to be another dip. I don't know. Yeah, Geezy, that's pretty close. Probably down to about 0.00015. That is pretty much support. What's up, Raiden? How are you? I'm trying to get caught up here. Belated Christmas from Josh. Thank you. I don't use Coinbase Wallet, Christian. It probably doesn't hold a cost because it doesn't know where the coins came from. So you need to keep track of that yourself. And you can do it in a number of ways, either through an online portfolio or make your own spreadsheets that I've talked about quite a bit. A lot of you guys are sick of hearing Kriss talk about his spreadsheets, but you got to keep track of your coins. How much you bought, on what date, at what price, every time you buy. And then every time you sell, you got to keep track of it too. That's your job. Nobody's going to do it for you. Unless you like only do it on Robinhood and you never move anything off Robinhood, then your 1099 from Robinhood will probably be accurate. I know, Potato. Why don't you give Elon a call and say, hey, Elon, when are you finally going to accept Dogecoin for a car? We'll see what he says. The leverage liquidation thing is going to go on forever, Eli. It is what it is. It's part of trading. So eventually there's going to be another big run in price where the buyers just overtake anything that the market makers and exchanges are doing to suppress the price. And then at some point in time, the trading will die down in volume, and then they'll dip the price and try and get as much leverage wiped out as they can. But they can't win them all. Some people do make money leverage trading. And it will always continue. Happy New Year to you, Lee. Some may see the H-1B being cheap tech workers, but some may see it as talented workers coming from other countries who are willing and able to do the work in a tech job. Dennis, why would someone live in the US? It's a pretty good country. Pretty good country. You see a jump coming in crypto on Wednesday. Well, I wouldn't say that white indigenous are being destroyed by mass immigration, but we will see. Yeah, Laura Loomer got kicked off. Yeah, that's a little crazy. I mean, I live in the United States and it's not perfect, I agree, but we're doing okay here. Got a good life. And now that we've got our freedom of speech back, thanks to Elon and buying Twitter, and I think that's a really good thing. And to see what it did, right? Trump got elected, next president, we're going to have an administration that's going to be pro First Amendment. Hey, Chasers, it's going great. It's the end of the year. People are looking to relax, enjoy some peace and quiet, and things will pop. I think so too, Elliot. Exactly. And people will be buying more Doge at a higher price because they're going to get interested again when the price is going up, and they're just going to buy at a higher price. Well, I wouldn't say don't buy XRP. People are making money on it. And XRP will probably go on another run like it does. I just don't personally like the token, Ripple, the project. I don't believe in that. Used to live in New York. Never again, Christoph. Yeah, I have no desire to live in New York. Well, Dagoberto, where am I going to see Doge Christmas next year? I have a video for you to watch later this week, and you'll see. Happy New Year to you too, Aiden's World. I know, a government department named after a dog. No one saw that coming. That's just one of those funny things, right? Someone makes a meme on X, and before you know it, it's now a real thing. Oh, God. Yep. New York City is a great place to live. I mean, to visit. But wouldn't want to live there. Right, CJ? Why will it go up in March, Schenk? I don't know. Why all these green January, February, March, 2024, 2023, 2021, because more people were buying. That's how cycles work. As long as you're not breaking a law, Dennis, here in the United States, you can speak your mind and do what you want. Yeah, the tether thing, Klondike, we covered that. In my opinion, is the EU. I mean, it's stupid what they're doing. I get it. It's not going to have a big impact. Crypto's so much bigger than what the EU thinks of tether. I don't really want to get into the whole back and forth thing about countries. We're just trying to talk about crypto here for the most part and what impacts crypto, if you don't mind. Your coins are mined, DJ? You into the mining? Pepe coin? CJ. Pepe is not a coin. It's just a token. It's called Pepe. That's it. That is it. There are other things. There are other Pepes out there. But if you click here and you go to spot, search for a market. Let's look for Pepe. There's one Pepe and it's just the Pepe token. That's it. Yes, you can buy Pepe on Coinbase. Current price is $18.28. But it's not a coin, CJ. Just a token. You mine, you sell. A lot of people do that. I can't mine here. My electricity is so expensive in Boston. It's not worth it for me. You can be getting a ledger soon. Oh, good. Use my link. Throw a little love to KrissPax. I got a link in the description below if you're interested in getting a ledger. You were thinking of doing a 2x leverage, Alex? I cannot comment on the use of leverage. You do it at your own risk. Hey, Jonathan, how are you? You made about 14K on the first run in November, put more money in at 45, but I lost. Then I sold. Now trying to get back in. Do I have to pay taxes? You lost more than you made. So you actually will end up on your capital gains, have a negative, and you can claim up to like $3,000. You'll have to check what the exact law is for 2024. But I think it's like $3,000 max. Anything you lost over that, you can carry over to the next year. So check that out. But that actually helps you. If you actually lost more than you made. But again, it's all your trading, all your stocks, all your crypto for the entire year. All gets added up together on one form. Okay? Alina, Happy New Year to you as well. Right. You have realized losses. That's a tax write-off. Up to $3,000, thereabouts. I don't know what the number is this year. And anything over that, you can carry over. We covered all of this in our tax live stream we had on December 7th or 11th, whatever the date was. Yeah, I don't want to get into all the politics stuff, guys. Only as it goes to crypto. And I can talk about crypto here in the United States all I want. Nobody's going to say anything against me from the government. I get taxed a lot, granted, but I've already built that in. I know what my taxes are going to be. I mean, if I make $4 million profit and I have got to pay over $1 million in taxes, well, that's okay, because I'll still end up with $3 million. That's $3 million more than I had 2 years ago. So I'll take it. But I know that that is part of living in the United States, is paying taxes. I can't get out of it. So If I end up making $4 million of profit, I'll pay $1 million in taxes. Fine. You can have the $1 million. It's a good problem to have. I'll put it that way. Happy last day of 2024 to you too. Thank you. 89 cents is confirmed. I love it when YouTube thumbnails use the word confirmed. Like they can read the future and confirm an exact price in the future. Love it. Confirmed. Really? You think Ali's $18 Dogecoin is confirmed? Do you think that? Yep, far better off than old Twitter. X is absolutely that. Buy more Doge. Moon boys, moon girls. I can't say that here. That's Vision Pulse thing. We don't have the moon boys and moon girls here. We have investors and Doge lovers. That's what we have. Yeah, I've talked about XRP many, many times, Blaster. Just do your research. Look at how many tokens there are. Look how many there were last year. Look how many there were 4 years ago. And you'll see that XRP has actually inflated at a higher percentage than Dogecoin has over the past 4 years. Most people don't look at that. They all say, oh, Dogecoin, so many new coins are made every year. Have you looked at XRP? Do you know how many new tokens they make? And there's only half of them still out, just a little over. I think they're up to like somewhere between 55 and 60% of their total capped supply, but it's such a huge amount that it's inflation. And there's no set strategy of when they get minted. In fact, someone posted something. They thought there was going to be 1 million XRP tokens minted on January 1st. There's no set schedule, and it's not mined, so it's not being given as rewards to the miners like Dogecoins is. So it's just free minting whenever you need it. That's XRP. Chainlink's a great project, Do Young. Great project. $20 now for Chainlink. Again, down a little bit, just like most things are, you know, from its big run in November into middle of December. It'll go back up though. This is my average price of my Chainlink is down here, $6.67. So I'm still up a 3x to here, but it was nice when it hit $30. But I'd like to at least see it back up there to 30. But again, that's now a 50% increase from 20. But I think Chainlink will do it. First 100 days of 2025. 100 days. Going to be talking a lot about that. Da, da, da. How do I make my dog jump? Michael, we just got to wait for more buyers than sellers. CoinGlass. So on coinglass.com, there are, under liquidation, there's the first blue one here. That's this liquidation chart that you see here. And you can change between 1 hour, 4 hours, 12 hours, and 24 hours about how much leverage and between shorts and longs got wiped out. You can see the real-time liquidations here. I usually put this on like 100K. I just want to see what the big ones are that are getting liquidated and whether it's green or red. We had one red on ETH, that's a short, but each of the greens here are leveraged longs. And so it's still leveraged longs more than the shorts. But also from this liquidation pull down menu here, you can go to heat map. And here's where you see where the outstanding leverage is at any time. So you can see down here on Bitcoin from 91.5 down to 90,500. There's a lot of open leverage down here. So I don't know if they want to dip it down here to 90,500, they can flush out a lot more leverage. But you can see they bought the price up earlier today to take out new short positions. Just this one yellow line alone was $68 million of shorts that they took out. So that's CoinGlass. Separate website. Yeah, that tether thing is some micro regulation thing. I don't think it's a big deal. Yeah, maybe we cool it on Europe versus the US. I think they're both good places to live. Could have been born into a country much, much worse. Mother Goose, you're looking at it sideways. Overall sideways. That's why I'm sitting on this chart here. These two orange lines I drew way back here like over a week ago, and it's still the same. Doge just sideways. It's not a personal level. I've got nothing personal against XRP. People just don't know how it inflates. I mean, why hasn't the price? Why was it suppressed for so many years? Where people were making tons of money on other coins, but not XRP. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, I don't talk about swing trading, Derek. Good luck if you want to try it, though. Happy New Year's, Joshua. Isaiah, you haven't been listening. You haven't been around for weeks, right? When Dogecoin ran up to 48 cents and I did a pennant and I said it looked like 60 to 69 was in play. Since then, the market has changed. And so that's what happens. That's what happens. I pay my taxes too. Yeah, there's something out there that's called Pepe coin. It's not on Coinbase. You can't get it on Coinbase. There's the Pepe token, the real Pepe. Anything else from purple Pepe to Pepe coin to Pepe whatever, those are all copies. I wouldn't touch any of those. The only thing that could be confirmed is the current price. Yes, James, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, BB, I don't want to get into the whole thing about Robinhood right now, but I mean, at a high level, the pros, easy to use, no fees. The cons is the spread. And if you don't know what a spread is and you don't know the difference between a bid and ask, do a little research. Just Google that and read up on that. Hey, I see you, DJ. I'm here. I see you. The sideways trade days, letting RSI cool off. Yep, that's pretty much what happens. Kevin, how are you? Yep, sideways. Not bothered. Me too. Why would anybody swing trade in this sort of market? Okay. True. You don't know when it's going to take off. And if you sell thinking it's going to drop down to like 26 cents again, what if it doesn't? What if it just takes off and all of a sudden it's 40 cents? And you don't have your Doge because you sold it at 31 thinking it was going to drop to 26 and it didn't. That's why you don't swing trade crypto. Now, I'm going to work, Steve, on getting that video out on January 1st. It might be the morning of the 2nd. We'll see. Depends on how much time I actually have on Wednesday to make the video. Depends on the time. So for those that weren't here, this was this morning. Stock Money Lizards shared this from his phone, that the big drop in Bitcoin this morning down to 92 was to take out the bright yellow leverage trades. So again, it's not just me saying this. You hear it from me because you're here on my live stream, but everyone else is saying it too. They call it liquidity being taken. Liquidity. It's the leverage trades. And that's why we look at CoinGlass to see where the leverage is that people have been trading. So yes, that's what it's about. But meanwhile, we're looking forward to a green Q1 in 2025. That's January, February, March, and then at least into April, if not all of April. And that's going to be kind of my narrative again going forward in 2025. Is going to be the first 100 days, gets us about midway through April. And my goal is I'm buying a new house, probably late spring, early summer. And so that's my plan. I'm not selling all my crypto. I'm going to keep hopefully most of my Doge. Depends on the final price of the house that we pick. And I'll keep Bitcoin. Probably going to sell everything else. Again, we'll see what Peak has done and what Sui have done. Those are the other two that I may keep some or all of. Everything else I'm selling. Going to sell all my Jasmy. Going to sell all my ETH. I'm selling it all. Everything else I'm selling. Put it into real estate. I'll still be here on YouTube, though. I'll still be watching the charts. I'll still have Doge. I'm not selling all my Dogecoin. But this is the plan. Following this plan, at least through Q1 and into Q2. Hopefully taking some profits along the way. That means prices are going up. So yeah, Bitcoin. I do own Bitcoin. I do not have over one Bitcoin though. I went much more heavily into alts in my portfolio. So I don't know exactly what my Bitcoin number is. It's point something. I'm not a whole coiner, but I got a lot of ETH. I got a lot of SHIB. I got a lot of Algorand. I got a lot of Cardano. And I'll be selling those. So Crypto Rover says, look, compared to the last 3 cycles, we're just getting started in this bull cycle from 2024 into 2025. Do you want to miss all of this? The big peaks. We're not there yet. So that's what I'm waiting for, is the big peaks. And for alts too. Waiting for the big peaks. Ali still has his chart that he keeps pulling out, which is this big run up near $18. And it gets published again and again and again. So good for Ali. But yeah, nope. You know my chart. My chart is an arc, not a straight line. I call it the law of diminishing returns. Get a much bigger market cap, you're not going to see the same gains. But we'll see how that plays out. For now, we're stuck at 31.3. Bitcoin at 92.5. Low volume. People still on holiday. That's what we've got. That's what we've got. Much love from Turkey. Thank you, Gazanfer. We will be live on January 20th when he gets inaugurated. I'll be live all day that day. So come tune in on Monday, January 20th. We'll have an epic inauguration live stream. Buy a house on a mountain? No, thank you. Not interested. Want to be a little bit closer to civilization. We got a new sub for Crypto Dogs. Thank you. Welcome. You have your house paid off, DJ? That's my big goal. That's my big goal. I've been working on being totally out of debt. Worked on my credit card debt a number of years ago. Got my car paid off. All I had left was the mortgage. And now 2025, with a new house, no mortgage, don't need a bank. Don't need a bank. That's the goal. The big goal is going to be maybe even become unbanked. That would be awesome if I could do that. We'll see what X payments ends up looking like. But both Elon and Linda said that once X payments is going, you won't need a bank. And I'm like, I want to try that out. I want to try that out. What's my percentage alts versus BTC? 99% alts. It's like 98% alts. It's like alts, like Doge especially. Doge is more than a third of my portfolio. And I've made a lot of money on that Doge. I'm well in the profit. Doge $10, 20, 30? Could be. Interest Sparks, it all depends on what Doge is being used for. The catalyst that's going to send Dogecoin up to that price. Is it integrated into X payments? Are people getting paid in Doge? Are they able to tip with Doge directly on the platform? Can you send peer-to-peer payments back and forth, buy things with Doge? All of that, then sure, $10 Doge, 20, 30, no problem. But if Doge continues to be just like it is today, where it could be used for this, it might be used for that, maybe Elon's going to do something, you're not going to have $10 Dogecoin. Not on hype, and maybe that's not going to do it for Doge. I will love to be able to tell the story, DJ, that mortgage rent free. All I got to do is pay my taxes, my insurance. Fine. I'll do that. I don't hold XLM because it's tied in with XRP. So it just follows along. Stellar will never be number 2 after ETH. I don't even consider Stellar a real world asset, to be honest with you. I think peaks will come, Diesel, and we'll be taking profits along the way. Buy a house with cash. I wish I could buy it with Dogecoin, but house market in the United States just isn't ready for that. Buy the dip. Right. So crypto as a currency, again, that's most people now aren't buying it because they want to use it as a currency. They're buying it because they want the price to go up and they want to make a lot of money. That's what crypto is today. In the future, could it be more than that? Sure, particularly Dogecoin, which would be great as a currency. But most crypto is not that. I know, technically it's not the law of diminishing returns. It's just what I call it. This is my thing about higher market cap. I just call it that. Hi, Siraj. Yes, debt is a bad thing. And I've been talking about that since my wealth building videos from 2 years ago. Yes, you can do a search on my YouTube channel just with the word wealth, and you can see I was talking wealth building when Doge was at like 6 cents. And I was saying then, wealth building, this is the time to do it. And I know a lot of you weren't following me 2 years ago, but that's what I was talking then. I was so convinced that we would be seeing much higher prices in crypto following the 4-year cycles, where late 2022 through 2023, that's when I bought most of my crypto, and I am way up. We were talking wealth building, how you can change your level, financial level in life. But many of you have only been watching me for a few months, and so you weren't following me when I was talking about loading up at 5.8 cents, 5.9 cents. But some of you were. And then even last summer, when we had that August dip down to 10 cents, it was like, this is a gift. And I even wrote that on my chart, if you guys ever saw that, my daily chart. I've got this big green circle down here, and I wrote gift right here. So this is a gift. We had that first dip on the 5th of August, and then it went down again on like the beginning of September. I'm like, that's a gift. In 2024, buying crypto at like 9.8 cents, 9.7 cents. I was like, that's a gift. And look what it's done since. $98.7. I know, Jeremy. We got you. 98.7. We have a Polkadot fan in the house. Could be. Polkadot will probably do okay. I just don't think it's a project that is going to become like everything they want it to be. Just don't see that happening. Doge, yeah, currency of the world, currency of Earth, currency of Mars. Elon can make it happen in some manner. I mean, in the United States, Donald Trump still believes in the dollar and wants the dollar to be strong. So he's not completely on board with crypto actually being used as a currency, which is basically in competition with the dollar. Bitcoin, Doge, Litecoin, Ethereum Classic. Absolutely. All mined, proof of work, cryptocurrencies. Nick says, I hope Dogecoin becomes a method of payment on X. Absolutely. SHIB is a token. It was built on Ethereum. ERC20 token is SHIB. So since then, since the SHIB developers made a ton of money, they decided in order to make SHIB a more longer lasting cryptocurrency, they would start to give it utility. They started by creating more tokens, then creating the Shiba swap, where you could swap between Bone and Leash and SHIB. And then they made the Shibarium, which many believe was actually an open source code that they, let's say, hijacked, stole, to kind of make their own, and just people outside of the SHIB ecosystem are not building on Shibarium. But the whole thing was set up so that you could actually build on a blockchain under the SHIB name, and they become actually bigger, but it's just not very good, is what it's turning out to be. But they were going to be burning SHIB tokens the more Shibarium was being used, and that's just not happening like they thought either. So DWD boards, you're starting an illegal junk removal company. Illegal junk. Eventually, I will become fully legal. Oh, I see. Well, good luck with that. I think proof of work cryptocurrencies are always going to be around. When ETH changed from proof of work to proof of stake, I questioned that at the time. It's like, what are they doing? They didn't want to get bogged down by the mining. I understood that. So it works faster, but they couldn't deal with the gas fees still, and which are still high. I don't know. Yeah, Pepe's doing okay right now. Yep. You just have Doge and Bitcoin. That's okay, Kazanfer. And that's where I'm going to end up after this cycle, most likely, is I'm going to get rid of everything else and probably only have Doge and Bitcoin and just end up with those. And probably some crypto dust of some other things that didn't actually sell 100%. In my case, yeah, it was the highest. I got the credit card, then I got the car. So the mortgage left. I don't follow XLM, Elliot, in detail, so I don't know. Again, XLM always follows XRP and it doesn't do anything on its own. Lucky Menace, what's up? Mert's in the house. Only buy Bitcoin. I don't know. There are times when it's time to buy alts. And my Dogecoin has outperformed Bitcoin. If I bought it at the same time, I'm just saying. Oh, another one using the word coin. No, it's Pepe or Shiba token, MA. Pepe or Shiba token. They're tokens, not coins. Okay, now we got that. Sorry, we were talking about that earlier. I don't know. Sheeb, I still think is going to go on some crazy run. Pepe already did. That doesn't mean Pepe can't go on another one. But Sheeb hasn't had that big run of this bull cycle yet. It had a good one back in late February, early March this year. But I still think there's a bigger one in it. But that's just me. Good luck. Right. It's repurposed. That's a good way to put it, Goose. Repurposed. It's a repurposed blockchain. And from what I understand, not a good one, but Nelson, there's always time to learn more though, too. Gazanfer says buy Pepe, not Sheep. I'd be happy if Sheep got back up to 45. It's sitting at 21 now. Is it going to get back up to 85, hit a new all-time high? It's not looking like it right now. Not looking like it. The halving, Nelson, you can just Google it and what Bitcoin halving is. And Google is good for stuff like that. Or even ChatGPT can explain it to you. Or Grok on X can explain what the Bitcoin halving is. So, I mean, I could spend 5 minutes talking about it, but it's best if you just, on something like that, that's kind of basic to cryptocurrency, just ask like ChatGPT what the Bitcoin halving is, and they'll tell you. Pepe's doing well because you sold. Yeah, I love smacking my lips, Mert. Love it. I'm actually a little dry right now. I don't have my beer with me. That's all. When would I start buying Doge or any other crypto? Talk to me at the end of 2026. into 2027. Will there be a bear market in 26? I don't know right now, but chances are, following the 4-year cycles, there will be a bear market in 2026. So at the end of that bear, that's when I'll start buying again. But I'm not buying at the end of 2025 or early 2026. Not buying. I think January 20th is going to be big, Carnell. We just don't know what kind of big, up or down. There's going to be a lot of volume of crypto trading, I think. You're selling everything between 50 and 60 cents. Nothing wrong with taking profits. You don't want to keep just a little bit just in case. Maybe just a little bit. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. Maybe keep 10% of Doge just in case it goes to $1. I'm never selling all my Doge. Just, I don't know what Elon's going to do, when X payments, Tesla, all of that. Just everything that he said about Doge and all the winks and nods and little hints. It's like, I'm never going to sell all my Dogecoin. But that's just me. Nothing wrong with taking profits. Very little is a relative term, Nelson, when it comes to Bitcoin. But there's still Bitcoin on exchanges you can buy. It's not like it's going scarce. But over the decades to come, it will become more scarce and more scarce. How many coins do I need to get $50,000 of Doge? Depends on what the price is. The price now, 31 cents, you can just do the math. Let's pretend that we can time travel 5 years from now. Yeah, I don't play that game. You got to tell me what the occurrences are. Is Dogecoin being used on X, integrated fully into X, being used as a currency? And other retailers have also picked it up. Shopify, you can spend your Doge there. Is it really being used like that? Can you buy Tesla cars with Doge? Or is none of that happening? That's a big difference in future price. You ready for the next Doge pump? Yeah, I stay away from violent video games. I played some back in the day, and I was good. I was a big Doom player. Doom. And then I was like, yeah, I don't need this anymore. As soon as Myst came out, and I played Myst, M-Y-S-T, Myst, I was done with shooting games because that game blew me away. You had to solve puzzles, trying to figure out on the island like what was going on. I was like, that was so much more fun than just going through a maze, blasting at different levels of creatures and stuff. So, yeah, I'm good with that. I'm in for longer term Doge, don't get me wrong, but we'll buy and sell. So if you bought everything, so if you sold everything at 50 or 60 cents, and Doge goes up to $1 or more, when do you buy back in? My bags are Doge and Sol. Yeah, Solana, again, long-term blaster. I think Solana just went up really fast because of all the memes and pump.fun and all of that. But as a major blockchain that's gone down like 5 or 6 times in the last few years, it's like you can't have a blockchain still being called beta going down. That's not good. I still question a lot of the relationship between the Solana devs and FTX and what was going on there. That's still pretty questionable. So yeah, not a huge Solana fan, but a lot of people have made a lot of money on Solana, and I get that. Can't deny that. So John, Doge are not tokens, they're coins. For the rest of you here in the chat, here we go. So Doge coins, Doge has its own blockchain. It's a proof of work cryptocurrency. They're coins. So just to get that right, when taking profit, what percentage do you take and how often? That is your call, John. I can only tell you what I'm doing. And I already took my first slice of profit in Dogecoin this bull run. It was less than 10%. It was a small chunk, but that's how I'm going to be doing it. It's just taking like 10% slices at different times, because you don't know when the top is going to be, when the price is going to keep going up. You hope one of those times when you take a 10% slice, it's the very top, hopefully near the end of when you're selling. We don't know. Your Snoopy is less yellow. Yeah, I got mine around a few years before that, probably. But yeah, I've never washed him though. He is what it is. He's been around. He's been all over the world. My Snoopy has. Yeah, Vision Post already said, say goodbye to $2 Doge. That's what I saw. He lowered it to 140. Unless he's going back on it and still keeping that door open for $2 Doge. But I don't watch him like every video. Do I think that Elon pumping Doge to benefit his companies would be considered a conflict of interest? He doesn't pump Doge to benefit his companies. He doesn't do that. That's not his intention at all. He just thinks it's funny. He loves dogs and memes. He thinks it's funny that there's this thing that's created. He's not doing it to benefit his companies at all. His companies are doing fine without Doge. The Boring Company accepts Doge. That's correct. You can get a ride in the tunnel in Las Vegas using Dogecoin. It's a small thing, but yeah, I know. I should wash him. He is what he is. Doom was a cool game. I mean, you really had to think about, and map in your mind, like the mazes, and all the tunnels and where everything was going. So it was good. I enjoyed it for that. Just not the constant blasting of creatures. Yeah, Mert, I know. It's good to stay in the top 100 with alts, but some people want to be degen and they want that 100x or more, and they'll go chasing. They'll go chasing. Bitcoin will go back to 98, we'll go back over 100, and we'll keep going higher this cycle. I believe that. You played Doom on a military simulator. Interesting. I guess there's something to learn there. Particularly that thing about mazes and like your memory for how tunnels lay out. I can see. How's Jasmine doing? Yeah, we looked at that. Still holding above 3 cents, like 3.2, Nick. Just not doing much, though. Just holding there on the dip. Love to see it get back up to 4 again, like it was here on Christmas. It's like, come on. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too, Mert, on Jasmine. First half of 2025, and then I am out. I am out. What's a good plan to get different businesses to use Dogecoin? So go to X and do a search under Doge Express. Do a search under Doge Express, and you'll see this Doge Express account. Okay? Any business that you think might be interested in accepting Doge, send them to @ExpressDoge, the Doge Express account on X. And they are the ones who make this terminal where different businesses can directly accept Dogecoin. Okay, so point them here, Doge Express, where you can literally use your phone, tap a QR code, and pay with Dogecoin. As Doge Express says, Dogecoin is real money. Any business can start accepting Doge right now. So send them there. Doge Express. I would love for Bohm to be the GME of crypto. It's just not doing it yet because I bought some and it's just waiting. Just waiting for Bohm. When Elon has to post on X, please post a bit more positive. Yeah, do only good every day. I agree with that. I think he was at a point where he was just getting frustrated by all the negativity. And at that moment, he was just like, why don't you guys post something nice? You still have an NDA. Yeah, I have an NDA too. A lot of us have NDAs. It's all this leverage trading, Moreno. We covered this earlier in the stream. It doesn't have anything to do with Doge. It has to do with Bitcoin. And Bitcoin just getting slammed on this leverage that just on Bitcoins. It's keeping everything down. That's what it is. Doge needs its own catalyst for it to run. Otherwise, it'll just continue to basically follow Bitcoin. And Bitcoin was just getting hammered with all this leverage play. I don't think Doge has to drop down and fill any market gaps. I don't agree with that. Tanks. We were looking at that earlier on the chart. And even on Bitcoins too, we looked at it on Bitcoins, where Bitcoin has this gap here between 77K and 85K. Is that gap right there? That does not need to be filled. There's nothing that says that gap needs to be filled. The price has to go down all the way to 77K before it can go up higher. Nah, that's crap. That's a bunch of bull crap. Doge has the same thing. Already went down to that price, hit 26 cents, and there's some say it's got to go down to 21, which is that line right there. Because between 26 and 21, that's a gap, needs to be filled. No, it doesn't. I've got so many examples of previous years trading, previous bull markets, where price went up really fast, never came down and retested and retraded those values. It just went up. So that's my thoughts on that. And we can start January 2nd, and it just goes. I don't know. You're not losing. You're just a little down at the moment, Alexander. It's not losing. You only lose if you sell. 2 cents. That was the first Dogecoin I bought. It was 500,000 Dogecoin at 2 cents. $10,000 initial investment. That's how I started in Doge. Slices. That's the way to go. Yep. Doesn't have to be all or nothing. Some people just think they need to sell it all at a... No, you don't. Slices. Lucky has seen a preview of my January 1st video. Bert, I agree with the $2 Doge out of the picture, but I don't think it all depends on Bitcoin. $2 Doge is only in play if Doge is actually being used. It's actually being used. Because look, if Bitcoin doubles in price, right? Bitcoin goes from 100K to 200K, let's say, round numbers. Then Dogecoin would only double, and it would get back to, it would be like 60 cents. Maybe 70, maybe its previous all-time high, but nowhere near $2 based on Bitcoin. Now, if Bitcoin goes to 500K, okay, now it's a different story, right? Now you're talking 5x. That's different. But most people are not predicting a $500,000 Bitcoin this cycle. But Dogecoin can totally, completely outperform Bitcoin if it has its own catalyst, like Elon's going to accept it for Tesla cars or for on X, and it actually gets used on X. That'll blow $2 out of the water, I think. Just look out. Yeah, I don't know about the whole bird flu egg thing. I'm just like, if I don't have to eat eggs for a while, I think that's fine. I'm like, it doesn't bother me. Yeah, crypto dogs, you can use that argument about Elon and how he benefits. I mean, he's worth billions and billions of dollars. $400 billion he's worth. Doge, allowing Doge for some purchases, and the small amount of Doge he probably actually owns doesn't. I mean, it's less than like 0.1% of his wealth. Doesn't even register. I'm not worried about it. So, Vincent, you've got to make that decision between XRP and Doge. I don't really think one is better than the other. If you're asking the question, just own a little bit of both of them, right? Doesn't have to be all or nothing. Put half into Doge, half into XRP. You'll probably do fine. And I'm saying this in 2024. A year from now, I'm not going to be buying anything. Not buying anything. Yeah, now we know where Mert stands. Gaps are irrelevant. I agree. I agree with that. Armando, I have a video coming out later this week that's going to talk just about that. What happened? Switch to Kryptonite. It's all about leverage trading. So all my videos are coming out. So not buying anything it's like the 4-year cycles, David. At some point in 2025, I think all of crypto is going to hit a peak. And in 2026, it's going to be going down. So I'm not buying anything the second half of 2025 and nothing in 2026. I'm not buying. But again, that's just me. Is there money to be made? There may be. We could have this extended cycle. So a year from now, I'm not buying anything. That's all. Yeah, he's not really working in the government, right? He and Vivek have this sort of side department, not an official part of the government, that's doing advising. That's all they do. They can't really do anything but advise. They can't make things happen. So I'm not worried about it. I mean, look at all the crap that goes on with people in Congress buying stocks, like the whole Nancy Pelosi thing, right? How she becomes a multi-millionaire on salary of a House of Representatives, congresswoman. You don't make that money unless you're doing insider trading. That's all there is to it. Some alts were higher in March than they are now. Other alts like Doge are higher now than they were back in March. So I believe there's another leg up. Yes. The strategy for paying off credit cards, Alina. Yeah, we talked about this a couple of years ago on one of my wealth videos. It's basically essentially what you do is you got to skimp on something else. You got to take money out of something else that you pay for, right? Maybe it's a Netflix, right? Or a subscription to something else. And you say, okay, I'm going to do without Netflix because that money I'm going to be paying extra to get out of my credit card debt. So it's that kind of approach where, right, okay, I'm only going to go out to a restaurant once a month instead of 5 times a month because the restaurants are expensive, right? And then you take that money that's in your budget and you say, that goes to the credit card, and you start nipping away at it. You get a bonus on work, it goes to your credit card debt. So 2 vacations a year, nope, maybe you only do 1. You still got to live, right? You don't stop living, but you cut back. You get out of that credit card debt because that kills you. That 20% or whatever the interest is, it just kills you and it just keeps adding up. And you can never get ahead unless you pay that off. So that's the approach. Yeah, I know, CryptoTab. You can make that argument all you want. When it comes to Dogecoin and its use, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. ETH is undervalued. Yes, I think most believe it. But it's like, it starts to go on a run and then it sells off. ETH just isn't what it used to be now, especially with Solana and Sui and others that they're taken away from ETH. I think when Uniswap started using their own token instead of ETH for gas, that hurt Ethereum as well. You can still use ETH on there, but I think you can use Uni as well. I don't trade on Uniswap, so I don't know for sure. This is what I read. So yeah, I think ETH's market share of the whole smart contract business is just getting eaten up. Yeah, kind of like that. But as CryptoDog said, he does have influence. So I get that. But he's not doing it for his own personal gain. The gain he gets more is getting rid of the regulations that are slowing down his companies from advancing. That's what he wants. He says he can build a whole rocket from scratch in a shorter time than it gets a launch date to get approved. It's like, yeah, regulations have got to get cut. Yeah, you can start doing things like that. You can make more frequent payments onto your credit card to help cut anything you can do to help cut it down. Sure. I don't know what Dave Ramsey's approach is to paying off debt. I just have my own common sense approach. Yeah, there's a lot of unnecessary spending that happens. And some say that you shouldn't even have like Xfinity or Fios. You can get almost all the same shows by doing some kind of like a YouTube TV or Hulu or something like that. So a lot of different things you can do. I mean, Elon is not getting paid for what he's doing. Just a consultant. Yep. Hey, Subway Footlong. Thanks for the super chat. Appreciate it. My life is on hold till I get this money. Just told a pretty blonde I can't date her because my coins are going down. Oh, man. What happened to the whole thing of only invest what you're willing to lose in crypto? What happened to that? You shouldn't have to put your whole life on hold because of the price of Dogecoin. Shouldn't have to do that. But I get it. I get it. We'll see what happens with Doge coming up. Clear your debt and you're financially free. That's my last goal, is this mortgage. And then I'm all set. Yep, that's the first thing I did too. Got rid of the credit card debt and then paid off the car loan. And now I got this mortgage. And even after I did that, I was still house rich, but cash poor because it was all tied up in the equity of the house. Now I can take an equity loan, but then guess what? You're taking a loan, more debt. You really want to do that? Take on more debt? No, don't want to do that. The idea is to get rid of debt. Making a budget. A lot of people see that and say, oh, I don't want to make a budget. That's too hard. Well, actually, when you sit down and you make a budget, then you really think about how much you actually spend on stuff. And I know there's a big miscellaneous category for, the odds and ends and stuff, but it really shows you, particularly if you have a lot of subscriptions. Like, look at your phone. How much stuff are you paying for? You got internet, you've got TV. Are you doing movies? Do you really need all that? I mean, do you actually have to see Squid Game, on Netflix or Amazon Prime? Do you really need Amazon Prime? Stuff like that. Yeah, we talked about that earlier. But it's not the Texas Research Institute. It's the Texas Institute of Technology and Science, TITS. That's what it's about. That's why Elon thinks it's so funny. And he said something like, at the time, it was like, yeah, the merch will be great. It'll have great merch. TITS, come on. But it's funny. It's just a fun, crazy, stupid idea can actually become a real thing. Funny how that works. But Elon makes it happen. We are degens looking to risk it all on pocket money to make generational wealth. Life is on hold for the next 6 months, then we can continue living. All right. Hope it works for you, Omar. Damien's in the house. That is funny. Yeah. He told a gold digger he can't date her because you're broke. Yeah, we covered a lot. Mostly right at the beginning, Damien. The first 10 minutes, then you can come right back. Right, and then he said tuition would be paid for in Doge. He tweeted about it again because somebody else tweeted it. And he saw it on his, while scrolling. And then he responded to that. He didn't just tweet about it himself, just out of the blue. Somebody else had tweeted about it, and he replied to that tweet or post. The good thing about doing a budget helps you discover just how many unnecessary little things you're spending. Right. A lot of it is the going out too. That's just big money. And if you've got credit card debt, you have to pull back on that. Go to the grocery store, cook. It's so much cheaper. And there's probably a whole like social side of it, right? You want to go out with your friends and you just come up with a different way. Got to get out of that credit card debt. Mert's interested in this blonde. Mert is interested in the blonde who wanted to date the guy who said no because he's waiting for his Dogecoin to go up. No, not at this point, plan for excellence. We're not going to see a dip that's going to be a huge enough dip right now where other meme coins won't survive. Now, a year from now, then we're talking, you're starting to go into bear market territory. Then you might have some other things at risk. Thank you, Timothy. Appreciate it. The story of my Snoopy here. Yeah. So this was in the 1970s when I was a little kid. This was from my parents, and I've had it with me ever since. It's like one of the few things I have from all those years ago that I still have was my Snoopy dog. Just because I love dogs, love beagles. Had a beagle for a while also, but always kept Snoopy. So when I had him in my old studio, I had him on the shelf behind, and people were always commented on Snoopy. And so I've always kept him in my live streams. In videos, you can see him in the corner as well. I know, buying those lottery tickets, right? Sending those super chats to KrissPax. Yeah, don't send me a super chat if you've got credit card debt. If you're thinking of sending me $100 super chat, send it to Chase or Capital One or wherever your credit cards are with. Pay off that credit debt. Knott's Berry Farm. I was there a long time ago. I would have to say 40 years ago, at least, is the last time I was at Knott's Berry Farm. But I remember going, but nothing comes to the top of my head about it because I've been to Disneyland since then and a bunch of other places. But I remember, was there. Avoid the gold diggers. Yeah, you got to find the right one. That's for sure. I mean, imagine like being in a car for 4.5 hours from Boston to New York, and then 2 days later, you're in a car for 4.5 hours from New York back to Boston. You got to have a lot to talk about, right? It only works if it works. I don't think, David, it's going to be anything about the moment he gets into office. I think everything is building up to it. I think there's a lot of people that say, well, it's already priced in. We all know Trump is going to be in office on the 20th, blah, blah, blah. They're actually really not going to start working until the 21st because the 20th is just a big party. So you never know how the markets are going to respond. But the work is going to start. And particularly what happens with crypto regulation and all the talk about Bitcoin and all of that, if that starts heating up faster, you're going to see the crypto markets respond. Yeah, they want your Bitcoin, Mert, because you're bragging about it. So they want your Bitcoin. That's why I just talk about Dogecoin. They're like, yeah, Dogecoin. When you make a lot of money in Dogecoin, that's real money. Uh, Actually, Frank, Elon buying Twitter was just, it started as a joke like everything else. There was no master plan. There was no master plan. He and somebody else were just doing this banter about how Twitter was throttling accounts, and someone said to Elon, "You should just buy it. You should just buy Twitter." And Elon chuckled in response and said something like, well, "How much is it?" That's really what it was. It just was not part of any master plan. That's how Elon works. What do you spend all your hard-earned money on? Digital money. What can you buy with it? Yeah. That's why I say most people are buying crypto now just to make money on an investment, not this grand idea of using it as actual currency. That's why I say we're still so early in crypto, because most people you're buying it because you think the price is going to go up. Yeah, Christian, that's what I think, right? Feels like everything is coiled up, which is kind of why I'm like the 17th, 18th, and 19th are probably better days to maybe look at taking a profit, because the 20th it could just dump. That's kind of what I'm thinking. It's that old kind of reverse psychology. Everyone thinks it's going to go up. That means it's probably going to go down. I'm doing well, Morkford. How are you? On deployment, paid off credit card debt, put everything else into crypto. Single guy, where do you recommend moving to? Are you an American citizen? I'm guessing you are on deployment. Guessing you're an American citizen. I guess it depends on what you want to do, right? What kind of work you want to do. Because crypto will get you so far, but you still probably need a job. So you probably want to know what you're interested in doing. Yeah, a state with no taxes. So Florida, I mean, do you like the heat? If you don't mind the heat, Florida's good. Just got to dodge the hurricanes. Texas, Austin is hot. A lot of things going on in Austin. If you don't mind the snow, and you want something that's a little more remote, New Hampshire, no taxes, but not the most social place in New Hampshire. Depends on whether you like quiet or you like to go to clubs and bars and do all that stuff. You want to live in an urban area or you want to be out somewhere? It's like all those questions. Yeah, California is awful, Nick. Everyone's leaving California. Your Snoopy looks more like the cartoon. Right. If you're in debt and you must eat at home, drink at home. You still have to live. So, but just like drive somewhere. I mean, I still do that. We didn't fly down to New York. We drove. It was 4.5 hours in the car, but we drove. You park the car in the street in Manhattan, it's free. Yes, you find a parking spot and you park, it's free. We were there for 3 days. Car sat there. We just had to move it by 11 o'clock this morning for street sweeping. Didn't cost anything but a tank and a half of gas for 2 of us to go to New York and back. I mean, even I still live like that, right? Why spend needless money? Yeah, I know, but he's still my Snoopy, so he's still my Snoopy. All right, David, have a good night. Happy New Year. Yeah, I'm all set, Mert, but thank you. The whole idea about whale accumulation, it's just stuff. Don't worry about it, Switch. It's just stuff. The people who write those articles are just looking for stuff to write about. DraftKings? Yeah, I got out of DraftKings. So I'm not going to give an opinion on a college football game. Can I ask the Magic 8 Ball, will Bitcoin go to 92,545? 92,545. Yeah, I don't have anything at 92,545. Bruce, I'm looking at the heat map right here. I got nothing. Do I need to? Oh, let me refresh. 92,545. Yeah, there's nothing. Got nothing. 92,545 has been cleared out. There's a short up here at 93,450. Right here. There's a short up here at 93,450. And there's a long down here at 91,620. There's nothing left in between. They've taken it all out. Yeah, Florida is, summertime is so bad. Southern Florida. Right, you can live more in northern Florida. 100,000 Dogecoin. RK, it depends on your own personal situation. Everybody's finances are different, what you can afford. Some people can't afford 100,000 Doge. Some people can afford millions of Doge. So for you, 100,000 Doge, that could be good. My Snoopy just stays here in the office. He stays here guarding my office. You're going to stay in California and fight? So is Kamala going to be the next governor of California? Will you be packing if that happens? You moved to Idaho. Are you in Boise? That's where most of the Californians end up, is Boise, because it's the only real city, right? Been to Boise many times. My brother lives in Boise. Go up and visit. He bought Snoopy down for the stream. That's hilarious. Outside of Boise? Meridian or further? So I know Boise area. Happy New Year, Blaster. Saraj, glad to be back. You can double up 5,000 on LSU tomorrow and then buy more Doge. Ah, Caldwell. Okay. Yeah, I never bought. I did DraftKings the 2023 college football season, and I didn't put that much into it, and it was just like, I don't want to do that. I just want to put it all in crypto. I'd rather bet on crypto than DraftKings. How high will H-bar go? So we've been having this discussion about Dogecoin to $1, and then we thought, well, how about Hedera to $1? How about Algorand to $1? And so we're just kind of playing around with that. So sure, Hedera to $1. You're welcome, Han Daniel. That's what we do on this channel. I'm very inclusive. I include everybody, unless you're a troll. And eventually the trolls kind of give out and either leave or I ban them. But I want to know what you guys think too. We're all in this together. We're going to see a sooner altcoin season. I'm kind of feeling that too. A double top, kind of feeling that too. You'll see that on my video later this week. Thank you, Steve. Appreciate it. I'm not expecting upward or downward New Year's Eve. I'm expecting sideways, more sideways. Chow Nate or Chaos Nate? I guess Chaos Nate. Sorry, I didn't read that right. Longtime watcher, proud Doge holder. The dudes are a superstar? Sure, Nate. Oh, the dudes are at superstar. Okay, there you go. Good luck. Nicole Shanahan. Wouldn't that be great if it was Nicole Shanahan versus Kamala Harris? That would be a race that would, like, the whole country would be following that. Yeah, 20 cents, Karthik. I don't know if we're going to see Doge go down there. Day trading, I don't do that either. It's like the cryptocurrency thing is like you can make so much money in the long term. Buying low, DCAing, following the 4-year cycles. Why get yourself all like nervous, anxious, stressed out trying to day trade? I know, isn't it? Robinhood. They only let you move so much at a time. It takes you a little while, I know. Mm-mm-mm. $91,545. I'm sorry, he said 92. So maybe I read that wrong. But yeah, 91,545. $116 million at 91,545. You left the Silicon Valley? What a change. I know. You can carry guns in Idaho. Good people in Idaho, too. I wasn't actually planning on being on this long, but you guys are hanging out and we're having a good time. So I didn't think I'd be on that long. 2 cents for Bohm. Con, that's my target. 2 cents. Stiflers. It doesn't have to be one or the other. Just buy both. Put 1 grand into Doge, 1 grand into XRP, and you can't lose. Otherwise, you'll kick yourself. You put in XRP and Doge takes off, and you're just like, oh, should have bought that Doge. Buy a little of both. I don't think January 1st is going to be any catalyst switch to. I think it's going to be January 2nd once everyone's back from their holidays and the real trading starts. Yes, Damien, exactly. Damien knew that that's what I would say too. No, I don't think Boehm's going to 11 cents. Be lucky to get to 2 cents right now. I took one small slice of Doge at 42 cents so far, and that's it. Have not taken my next slice yet. Solana already went on a 20x from like the summer of 2023 till March of 2024. And since then, it's seen a little bit higher, but it's like it's already so overbought, I think, that I don't know, maybe it goes to 300. I don't see it like going to 800 or 1,000 or what some people are talking about. It's already done this huge run. Yeah, have you seen how much BGB has pulled back, Mert? Good for Gracie Chen, right? And her BitGet token. But the pullback so far from the top, and this is just in 3 days, is 26%, 27% so far. Well, that was actually in like 1 day it went down that much. But yeah, this run up from the 3rd of December to its peak, 400%. That's huge. I don't know. I mean, I don't trade on BitGet. I don't know why the token went on this run like it did, but that's huge. Yeah, I'll cover realistic highs in my video, Steve. And maybe I'll mention market cap as well. That's a good idea, just to explain what the market cap would be if it hits a certain price point as an all-time high. Yeah, XLM already went on a big run. I think it's H-bar or ADA, probably. SHIB will never be more than a penny. There's way too many SHIB tokens that won't happen. All right. Last word is on Snoopy. Hey, everyone. I'm going to be live again tomorrow afternoon, New Year's Eve. We're going to have a little fun New Year's Eve, but it's really going to be late afternoon because I already got plans for the night. But late afternoon, we'll have another live stream. We'll have a little fun New Year's Eve. And yeah, I hope everyone is well tonight. Have a good evening, and we'll see you next time.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has like skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.